Naming molecular compounds. So we learned to identify molecular compounds because it has two or more nonmetals. And in this class, we're going to learn how to name binary molecular compounds. So just two elements. And the way that the pattern of this name is, there's a numerical prefix, the name of the first element, then there's a space, a numerical prefix, and the base name of the second element with its ending changed to -ide. So this is the same sort of a name that it gets as an anion. I can't exactly tell you why they did that. These are the prefixes. These numerical prefixes are used in a lot of different situations. Many of them you'll recognize. Mono is 1, di is 2, tri is 3. Think triangle, 3 sides. Tetra is 4. That one might be unfamiliar, but have you played the game Tetris or heard of the game Tetris? Did you know that all of the little blocks that fall in Tetris are made of 4 squares, and each of the squares has 4 sides? Tetra means 4. A pentagon has 5 sides. A hexagon has 6 sides. Hepta's kind of weird. Hepta is 7. Octa is 8, an octagon. Nona is 9. Nona and 9 are very similar to each other. And then deca is 10. How many years in a decade? 10 years. Okay. If you start looking for them, you'll see these prefixes pop up all over the place. Okay, so if there's one atom of the first element, we usually omit the prefix mono. And this goes along with the whole avoiding the number 1 business. So this element, this compound, CO2, 2 nonmetals, carbon and oxygen. So there's no ions in here. We can't use the ion charges to figure out how many. So we use the prefixes to figure out how many. So you might think, well, there's 1 carbon, so monocarbon, and 2 oxygens, di for 2, ox is the base name of oxygen, and we change the ending to -ide. But we drop this mono because it's on the first element. And so the name of this is carbon dioxide. If the prefix ends with a vowel and the base name starts with a vowel, sometimes we drop the vowel. Now, I will not try to trick you on this. I'm giving you multiple choice exams, and I will not trick you with this in the choices. So this compound, N2O, is commonly known as laughing gas. N2O, dinitrogen, because there's 2 nitrogens, and monoxide, but we drop the O. And what you'll see is sometimes it's dropped and sometimes it isn't. I think personally that this looks silly. It reminds me of cows somehow. Monoxide, it looks weird. So the O is dropped. So what you'll see is sometimes that vowel's dropped, sometimes it isn't. But I won't try to trick you on that. Let's do a couple of examples. Name this one, N2O4. Well, the first element, there's 2 of them, right? What's the prefix for 2? Di, and the element name is nitrogen. So dinitrogen, and then a space. What's the prefix for 4? Tetra, and then oxygen becomes oxide. Now, if you dropped the A, I would accept that, because there you get the double vowel thing. It's confusing. Ooh, this one's tricky. So I heard someone say nitrogen. Can't spell. Nitrogen trihydride. That's what the pattern is, right? And that is the systematic name for that compound. Ammonia. This one almost always goes by its common name. It's like a stage name almost. It's so popular, it's got a stage name. Nobody calls it by its real name. Any questions? Those molecular compounds are a lot easier, right? The prefixes just tell you how many, and so that's why we're just, bang, we're done with those, and on to the next thing.